to episode, damn it, I'm holding the camera, I can't show you the number 6, but it's episode 6 of the new grad diaries. I don't know how we got here. I don't know how I'm still alive, honestly, with all these random interviews and rejections, and it's depressing. But updates. So today is my second last day at Twitch, and I guess 5th last day at Shopify, on my team, not in general. But what has been going on this week? So on Tuesday of this week, I had a call with the hiring manager from the company Vectorized, which is the one that makes Red Panda, which I talked about in like my first video because I really liked their logo, and obviously the technology is pretty cool. And I was like pretty interested. Like I told them during the Greylock Tech Career Fair, like there were 2 cloud people there, and I was telling them like, oh, I'm interested in that kind of stuff. But for some reason they flagged my resume for front end, and I'm like, what? And this hiring manager was telling me about like, oh yeah, like front end stuff, because there's like apparently 2 different teams. So it's like the cloud people, and then under that there's like 3 different types of roles. So SREs, people who just like do code and Kubernetes stuff. He forgot what the name of that role is. And then the front end people who work in Node.js. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do front end. Like I could do like a mixture of things, but I don't want to do front end. And then the other type of team is the Red Panda team, like the actual people making Red Panda. And basically like a lot of stuff they use is Kubernetes, Terraform, like obviously Red Panda, then React and TypeScript, Google Cloud Platform, Grafana, and also they use Golang, so that's pretty cool as well. I like that. But basically Red Panda, I was like, oh, I'm interested. Maybe what if I want to apply for the Red Panda team? He's like, oh, they're in C++. I'm like, oof, I don't know C++, but I want to learn. But because they do a lot of cool low-level coding and like algorithm stuff, like close to like the Linux kernel, and that's super interesting. I want to learn that stuff. But I feel like they're probably just looking for people who already know that, because the way that he said that they do the interview process, it's similar for both teams, but they have different homeworks that they give you. So basically the way that the interview process works for Vectorized is that there's 2 interviews that are each 1 hour, but it's not like coding, it's just talking. So they can like test me on my Golang knowledge or whatever, and then they can also ask like system design type questions, and it's based off of your experience, like your level, because I am not that experienced with all this Kubernetes stuff, and it'll still be new to me. And also after that, it's like a team fitting interview with the hiring manager to test your soft skills and that kind of thing. And then after that, you get a homework, which they said you get 2 weeks to complete, and then it takes you around like 10 hours to do. But he said he might like decrease it for my level. But that's only like if I continue and I actually get to that stage. And then apparently like everyone reviews it. But that's also optional. Like if you have some really good like open source contribution or something, then they can look at that. Like if you run your own open source project. I think that's pretty cool. So I learned about that. So I'm gonna have to email him when I'm available. Oh, and I also have to email CO, like the other company, about how now I'm available, because Figma, next week is a Figma onsite. So stay tuned for that. I think that's also gonna be in this video. So actually, never mind, you just keep watching. Also in other news, I got an email from Datadog today asking me to set up a recruiter call. So I'm really excited for that, because Datadog is just like such a cool company, and I really would enjoy working there, I think. And I also have online assessments that I have to do this weekend from Duolingo, first of all. So yeah, Evil Owl app is asking me to do their online assessment. It's through HackerRank actually. And what's the other company? Oh, it's called Rippling. I don't even know what that is. I think I just registered interest on the Greylock Tech Career Fair, and then they emailed me for their Codility thing, so I better do that. And I better do better this time than I did last time, because last time my score was trash. Okay, also, I actually got rejected from Robinhood because of my terrible online assessment score, and I got rejected from, what is it called, Magical. And I'm having a meeting tomorrow, actually, like a 10-minute meeting for like the CTO to tell me like, give me feedback on like why he didn't like me. I don't know yet. I got the question in the end, okay? Sorry, I'm not a genius and I couldn't get it like right away, because it's one of those like riddle type questions, or like it's hard to visualize on the spot, and I did get to like the answers in the end, but I needed hints obviously, so.
I found somebody, I say you don't cross my mind, and she doesn't know that your favorite place is still mine.
Aw, I said goodbye to my intern recruiter, and I was like super worried. I was asking him questions about the return offer stuff, because they we'll try to get it to us like earliest late September, but possibly like in October. So, but he's like, it's in our best interest to bring the interns back. It's like he said, we're not competitive just to be competitive, and yeah, that calms me down. He's like, Oliver, you did a great job, and I'm like, well, it's all because of him, because he's the one who like took a chance on me and actually like put me through this process of interviewing. So of course I want to thank him, and I'm so grateful to have been able to do this internship. Like, it's been amazing, and yeah, I don't know. And in like 30 minutes, I have a talk with this place called the Nifty Labs. So I'm gonna talk to someone from there, and we'll see how that goes. Yeah, exciting. Different companies. This one sounds cool, but I really want to go back to Twitch.
That's when I do. I guess the truth is I can't leave memories behind. When she asks about you, I hesitate every time. Every time. I don't always.
Okay, so let's talk about Nifty Labs while I walk on the street talking to a camera. But Nifty Labs is actually so cool. Like, I feel like they're the company that I've been waiting for something that is interesting and like makes me excited, rather than all other companies where I feel like, oh, like, is it actually interesting to me? Okay, now I'm going to walk in the woods apparently. But Nifty Labs is super cool, and I feel like I'm actually excited about this, and it seems really interesting. Like the stuff they're doing with like NFTs and using those instead of like passwords and things like that. And they have a Django web app, and also they have Golang microservices to run the OAuth. And well, they also have a Flutter app that they're making. But I told them like I'm more interested in the backend stuff, and I told them maybe I could start sometime in September and work like 15 hours a week. I told my mom, and my mom actually wants to strangle me because she's like, oh, I thought you were done with this. And I'm like, yeah, me too. And I do not know. I feel like it's cool. Like, it's the thing I want to try, like startup stuff. And they're all like from Orange County, California, and they have people working in different places, like in Bangladesh and India and Brazil. And I don't know. Seems interesting. How do I decide between these things? Also, they didn't give me an offer or anything. They said by next week they'd say something, and we'll see. They also asked me how much money I want per hour, and I was like, I don't know. The heck, I have no idea. But then they also have like daily stand-ups and so many meetings. I don't know. And also they asked me so many questions. If you had an issue, then how would you like go about figuring it out? And it's like, obvious first step is like reproduce on your machine and like try to go from there, like if you can't ask anyone for help. And also like, oh yeah, like kind of like a trick question, like, oh, would you rather work on the backlog of tasks or like a new project? And it's like, yeah, I know you want me to say that I'd rather work on the new project, so you could be like, oh, what about the backlog? We have to maintain the stuff. Yeah, like I said, like I am good with either, like honestly. And plus, like when you start out, you're not gonna work on a new project. You need to learn the system, so you have to work in the backlog. And I don't know. This place seems interesting. I like the people that I met, like they were pretty cool. I just really like the idea of it, and like all the products that they have already. It seems like it would be super cool to do, and like they said, like the person who works on the Golang microservices is really smart, and I don't know, startup company. I want to try working at a startup. That's what I want.
But remember, don't hesitate to call on me for anything. Like you said, a human.
And I just wanted this semester to be more chill. I wanted to relax, you know, take Korean classes, take macro econ or micro econ, whichever one is this semester, and I don't know, take the computer science courses I like. I just want to enjoy my final year of school. I feel like there's more time in the future to work at startups and like do whatever and learn things. Like, it doesn't have to be all right now. Wow, the song I'm literally listening to said I don't want to lose my mind again, and I'm like, why is this so relatable? My mom really doesn't understand anything. She thinks I just have like interviews and stuff. Oh, you don't think I need to study for interviews? And then I'm just like, I have a few coding assessments I need to do this week. And she's like, what? I thought you were relaxing. I'm like, what? No, you don't understand. And she's like, yeah, I don't understand. Why does every company have to have like a 15-step process? It's like even longer than my skincare routine. And I don't even, I don't know. I feel like I do have a long skincare routine, but these companies, they are crazy. I feel like at this point I can only get into the interview stage if they have a really easy coding assessment, or if I somehow magically just get good at doing coding assessments. I don't know, I haven't had that much practice with them, so maybe that's why. And I feel like I've not been doing very well in the interviews, even though I've only had a few, but I feel like I ramble too much and I don't take time to think. And then at the end, I'm just like, oh, I could have done it like these 15 other ways. And they're like, yeah, you could have. And yeah, I think I just need to this weekend practice some more, and also like for coding assessments, definitely like get faster at doing them. So I have more time to focus on like the third and fourth questions. Those are harder. And then also I want to watch like videos of people solving coding questions, like interview questions. So I know like, okay, I need to take my time, I need to think through things and just see how they explain stuff, because maybe I'll learn something from them. I don't know. Like, I'm definitely not the best at interviewing. I feel like I was much better last year when I wasn't trying, when it didn't even matter. It makes me so nervous when I meet new people and then they're just like, show me how you code, and it's just like hard. That's all. I'm so sad. It's my last day at Twitch and I don't know. I want to stay here. I don't want to interview at other places. I made a deal with my friend Rihanna. I was like, Rihanna, don't let me interview in October. And then I was like, wait, but what about what if I need to interview in October? So she's like, okay, Maria, halfway through October, you have to stop interviewing. So that's the goal. And in October, hopefully I should know from Twitch if I get a return offer or not. And if I do, I will take this. Please just give me a return offer. That's all I want. And yeah, I'm gonna miss my team so much. I was literally looking at the code yesterday, like I just opened up IntelliJ, all my windows popped up, and then I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss this code. I don't know why I feel like that, but it's a weird feeling. Okay, quite depressing. I just had my 10-minute video call with the CTO for Magical, and he gave me feedback about why I didn't get in. I think it's all stems from what he said, like I have a lack of confidence in my own intelligence, and I feel like, yeah, I'm just super nervous with interviewing. And that's why also like one of my teammates, she said like, Maria, you need to believe in yourself. Like you can do it. Just like practice on the weekends and like you'll get better. But then I was just super nervous for this interview. And also it's like, he gave me a question that was like not a coding question. So I'm not used to that. Like, he called them lateral thinking problems, but this one has also like logical deduction in it. And he was basically looking for me to like get the brute force solution very quickly, but then I was kind of like, oh, like kind of, I don't know if the word is frazzled or something, like, oh, this is the question I'm getting. I thought it would be more of like system design. It's kind of like strange to just like, or surprising to get this type of question. And I was like, oh, like I don't know, like I don't practice those types of questions. I was quick to relate it to something else, but he wanted to hear the brute force solution very quickly, and I guess I took like slightly longer than he wanted me to. And then also, like the next step is just to take like a hint to eliminate some of the stuff, like to break the bigger problem down into smaller ones. And then like I was able to do that in the end once he like showed me something like a visual representation, and then I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. For me to think of that visual representation, I probably wouldn't have come up with it. And even I asked my friends this question on the weekend at the cottage, and they were like, yeah, we wouldn't have gotten it if you didn't explain like the visual representation of it. And he also said it's nothing like conclusive or anything about me, which is true. And he said it's like, oh, if you have more confidence in yourself and you believe in your intelligence, then you'll increase your opportunities exponentially. You need to prepare and be more confident for my Figma interviews next week. That's like the main thing this weekend, is that's what I need to study for, and also do a bunch of online assessments, which will help me practice for that. But yeah, just be more confident in my abilities. Like I know I can do it. I know I can do this engineering work. It's just I need to prove it to them. That's all the interview is. It's just being able to prove to them that you're first of all good to collaborate with, and you're just a good person, and that you can think and you can explain yourself. And like I can do all of those things. I did all those things before. Why can't I just do it now? I should probably be like one of those people who writes affirmations down, because I'm very nervous for my figma interviews and for like any interviews. And what I heard yesterday from 3 random people who like barely know me, that I'm not very confident and I need to work on my confidence. Like one of my teammates, she was saying like, Maria, you could just do this for fun. Just remember, interviewing is supposed to be fun, or not even supposed to be fun, but just picture it as being fun, and then like you don't have to do it because like hopefully I could get a return offer. Just use it as experience, and it is fun to interview with people and talk to them about like software engineering problems and just try to solve things with them, because like you never get to solve problems and talk to really smart engineers who work at different companies. You can only do that when you're interviewing. And yes, I need to just have a more positive mindset and have more confidence in myself, because I somehow did this last time, and I'm also not stupid. Like, I have had internships, I've had experience. I know I'm not the smartest, and I still have so much to learn, but still, I should have confidence in my own intelligence. So that's very hard. I don't know, coming from my background where it's like, I don't know, never the best at math or that kind of thing, like things didn't come naturally to me. And that's kind of the reason why I went into computer science, or like initially engineering, because I wanted to get better at all the things that I sucked at. Which I have gotten better at all those things, but it's hard to like look back and be like, oh yeah, I'm better than I was like 3 or 4 years ago, because then you're just like, oh, I'm not at the place I want to be at. Imposter syndrome is real. I'm honestly like the queen of not just broccoli, but just lack of self-confidence, or imposter syndrome. I think that's why people call me relatable, which is not very great, but I don't know, I'm just more honest about these depressing things, I guess.